I switched the NFC West. I switched the NFC West 49ers with the AFC West Chiefs, meaning that the AFC West Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, have Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and others. But we only did starters. Meanwhile, the 49ers have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, Harrison Butker, and again, mainly starters. I will be checking in with each team, seeing how they do.
Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left.
We're obviously gonna go ahead and play the Super Bowl. Whoever wins or whoever goes to the Super Bowl, we're gonna see how these two teams go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so the 49ers, we are going to go ahead and go back and get the Chiefs on.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with.
You're probably going to see all those other teams that I'm not going to be using. But I also have the Bosa boys playing on the 49ers. Don't forget that. So the Chargers no longer have Joey Bosa. And I'm not going to be forcing for wins anyways. I'm just going to go ahead and... Oops. We're going to see how these two teams play. Here we go. As we simulate through week 1. I'm going to get rid of that. And... no surprise, the Chiefs win here. But... how did the 49ers do? It looks like they are joining the Chiefs at 1-0. They beat the Steelers with Patrick Mahomes and others. Now, here we go against the Jaguars. It's going to be no surprise if the Chiefs win here. And, of course, I'm not surprised. Now, how did the 49ers do? They played the Rams. And they also won. I'm not surprised. All right, now time for the Giants on the Niners. And then for the... not surprised, the Giants were no problems for the 49ers. And then for the Chiefs, they had their game in week 3 against the Bears, and they also had no problem. Now it's time for the Jets. For the undefeated Chiefs, and the Chiefs took their first L of the season. Now let's see, how are the Niners doing with Patrick Mahomes? Did they win against the Cardinals? They did. So the San Francisco 49ers, now with Patrick Mahomes, are doing really well with Patrick Mahomes and others. And not a surprise that the 49ers do win against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, what about the Kansas City Chiefs? They played the Vikings, and they got themselves a win. So after that loss they took against the Jets, it didn't really matter. Now here comes the Broncos, who are the same record, mind you, and no problem for the Chiefs. They are 5-1. Now, it's the Niners that really need to be careful. I mean, they played the Browns probably pretty close. And what a surprise. The Niners have won that game and are 6-0. So now the Niners have a really big game against the Vikings. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Not a surprise, the 49ers won. Now, what about the Chiefs? The Chiefs, on the other hand, have had their game against what looked to be the Chargers. And not a surprise, the Chargers were not able to defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now it's the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Cincinnati Bengals do manage to defeat the San Francisco 49ers, we could have a run for we could have 2 runs for each side. As I said, here we go. First L of the season for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, what about Kansas City? Because Kansas City already had 1 loss. They just played the Denver Broncos. And the Denver Broncos defeated the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's just like week 8. Brock Purdy and the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and the Niners. Here we go. So, it doesn't look good for the Chiefs. They are now 6-3 behind the Denver Broncos. Now, the San Francisco 49ers have a big game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars come in, probably they're looking decent with a 5-3 record. The Niners coming back from the bye week at 7-1 after losing to Cincinnati. And the Bengals got them, but so did the Jaguars. Okay, so now the Niners are 7-2. Hopefully they're not going to fall behind first place in the NFC West. Oh, it's no problem for the Niners, as they are now 8-2. Comfortably leading the NFC West. How about the Chiefs? They were 6-3, looking like they were about to they fell to the Dolphins. But here come the Eagles coming to town, and they don't do anything to the Kansas City Chiefs record. It's now the Raiders' turn. Let's see what they do against the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't do anything, and the Chiefs are 8-3, back on top of the AFC West. Now, the Niners had their game against the Seahawks in Week 12. And, of course, the Niners are 9-2. Again, comfortably leading the NFC West by 2 games right in front of the Seattle Seahawks. Here come the Philadelphia Eagles, though. And not a problem. The Niners get past Philadelphia. Now, what about the Kansas City Chiefs? Because they had their game against the Green Bay Packers, and they lost. They lost that game. Now, we got to go see how that playoff picture is doing. Because the Ravens right now hold it, while the Chiefs hold on to the 4 seed. But the Niners are standing strong at the 1 seed right now. The Ravens are right now standing at the 1 seed, and it could look like we have the same playoff bracket at the 1 seeds as what we had in real life. The Chiefs need to step it up, and the Ravens are going to have to step down. Now we have the Bills. And the Bills beat the Chiefs. See, look what happens now is the Chiefs stay in 4th, but now the Bengals drop down to 6. It looks like they were at 7 though, last time I checked. At least the Niners look like they're maintaining their spot at number 1. But let's see, did they beat the Seahawks in Week 14? It doesn't look like they did. They didn't. They couldn't hold their ground. Patrick Mahomes didn't do well against the Seahawks. I mean, it's not like Russell Wilson was playing. But, as you know, it's nothing to deal with for Patrick Mahomes and the Niners now as they defeat the Arizona Cardinals. Now, what about the Chiefs? They look like they were on a crazy downfall. Here come the Patriots in town. Oh no! Oh no! The Chiefs have moved all the way down to 7. Oh no! Oh no! The Raiders can knock them out. And the Raiders just do... Oh, and the Raiders don't do it yet, but they are in jeopardy of missing the playoffs. Oh no! Meanwhile, it looks like San Francisco is steamrolling right now. It doesn't matter that they lost to the Ravens. At least it doesn't look like it. No, it does. It looks like it puts the Niners at 2. The Cowboys are right now in the 1 place. They are now in the 1 seed. So what happens is Dallas needs to lose and Niners need to win. Chiefs need to win in order to not fall down to 8-8. Oh no! You better hope that the Cowboys didn't do anything. The Cowboys probably did do something. But, I mean, now for the moment of truth. Do the Chiefs still maintain their ground? They do. It looks like they do, and they're going to go up to 9-7, facing the Chargers, but they are now out of the playoff bracket. They need a win against the Chargers to secure a spot in the playoffs. Otherwise, Brock Purdy and the Chiefs fail to win a Super Bowl. They did just that, and they are in the playoffs as the 7th seed. Meanwhile, for Patrick Mahomes and the Niners, it looks like they also did just that. Going past the LA Rams, yes. And their final record is now 13-4, and the Cowboys steal the number 1 seed away from the San Francisco 49ers. But the Niners and Chiefs play games. Chiefs play against the Colts. Lions and the Niners face off. Who wins their games respectively? It looks like the Niners are moving on. As for the Chiefs, they are going to go ahead and they're not going to make it. Oh, they're not going to make it. They lost to the Colts, unfortunately. They lost to the Colts. So now it's up to the 49ers to do something with their to do something with their number 2 seed. They're going to play the Packers and they're going to win. and the Cowboys come to town. The 14-3 Cowboys come to face off against the 13-4 49ers. Now it's time for the 49ers to see if they can make it to the Super Bowl. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going to be Cowboys versus Bills. That's not what I was expecting. I mean, yes, the Cowboys were the 1 seed, so I kind of thought, yes, maybe we could have had something crazy go on, but no. Bills. Is it Bills? Is it Bills? Looks like it's Bills. Yes, it is Bills. And we're going to see who wins this Super Bowl, and then I will end it right here. Who won the Super Bowl? What a surprise! The Bills lose 5 Super Bowls in their history. Wow. I mean, if it wasn't for the Chiefs' epic collapse, I feel like we could have gone longer here. But you know what? I mean, both teams made it super far. And I think that should do it. I'll do season 2 in another episode. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, leave a comment down below which other videos I should post, and stay tuned for episode 2 while we see which team makes the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy and the Chiefs, or Patrick Mahomes and the 49ers. Stay tuned for more. This is I Rodriguez, and I'm out. Peace!